What's up, people? So here we have the S&P 500 3 monthly candle. Time indeed. How much time we have for the 3 months to be over with? Tomorrow's your last day. So the fact that we're closing this 3 monthly strong, that's also very important. I was wondering when the 3 monthly was gonna close, and the fact that we're having this 3 monthly candle close. So we have a 3 monthly candle close. We have um, government shutdown happening that same day. Original order, the way it normally happens, the Democrats and Republic have a hard time deciding what they want to do, what bills they want to pass, and how much money and all that bullshit. And over the weekend, they supposedly come to an agreement. These papers from both sides are shoved. That way, people or whoever comes on the conclusion are reading all these papers. They don't read all of them, and they just end up passing the bill. The market opens on green because the government ended up coming to an agreement. So supposedly, wanna. But in reality, is because they don't really wanna take so much time and bullshit. So they each group puts the bill they want to pass along with the money that's in the agreement or whatever. Next, we have a monthly. So I don't really see it hitting 6,900 by Monday if they do come on agreement on Sunday. And if they do it early, and I can see the market going a little bit higher, but not hitting those digits. But we are gonna hit 7,000 eventually. Weekly. Let's move on to the weekly. On the weekly, you guys, as you can see, we have a 3 monthly candle. And that's on the weekly. So we have a 3 candle box weekly. On top of that, you guys, we're on a trend line that we've been on for a minute. Since right here. I believe, no, probably since right here. Or since right here. Watch. So this blue line is a weekly trend line that we've been on. I'm gonna take it off. But we've been on this weekly trend line. I'm gonna zoom it in and go to the daily right now. So we're in a 3 candle box weekly. And like I said, what they normally do is they're worried about the government shutdown. That's why you're seeing gold go up. What they're gonna do most likely, this how they always play it out. They'll end up saying how both sides can come to an agreement. The market will dip down a little bit, be close to testing that trend line. Probably gonna be testing this 12-hour candle Fibonacci that we have. I mean, down here, which is also near the weekly trend line. And if I put my indicator on, it also gives me that there's a cushion here. There's a cushion in the 8-hour candle in the same area with the 12-hour candle 50 Fibonacci that and the 4-hour candle 50 Fibonacci along with the weekly trend line. So what we can see is, so here's where we have the 3 candle weekly box right here. Watch. So this is this box right here, that box. So we go to a 4-hour candle. Notice how there's a 50 Fibonacci right here. That's what I mean by it. So since I have all this crap, I just put where the 50 Fibonacci's are at each candle. So if I go from the daily on down, the key areas is right here, right here, right here. So what's gonna happen is, this is a 3 candle box for the weekly. What's gonna happen most likely to tomorrow? We got consumers. Are they buying? Are they not? If they are, the market is gonna recover. And as we get news that they don't come to an agreement, the market might just come back down again and be testing these lower prices right here, the 12-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci, and the 4-hour candle. Now, as the market hangs out for that area on tomorrow, Wednesday, depending on what we get Wednesday and Thursday and Friday for that data, because pretty much this whole week it's labor, it's labor market, so it's gonna affect us a lot. So if we get bad news, we could then be possibly hitting this lower price and then be testing this weekly trend line. But as we get to the end of Friday, most likely Trump is gonna tweet something about how he's gonna come, or whoever is gonna come to an agreement, or they're gonna figure it out. And by Sunday opening, you should see the market survive that weekly trend line and open somewhere up here higher or whatnot. That's if the dude comes to an agreement, which they fucking always do that shit really. That's how I could see the market doing. Panicking you, seeing the market drop, going back to that weekly trend line, surviving again, getting good news at the end of the weekend, the market opening happy. And then getting to mid October, 12/15, we're gonna start getting earnings. We're gonna start getting earnings, you guys. I'm gonna take this shit off. We're gonna start getting earnings from the banks first. Then it's gonna be from your chest, your mind, all that shit or whatnot. So again, all that too. And depending what happens from here to October 12, 15, whatever it is, second week, whether it be tariffs, whether it be also tariffs. So there's a bunch of things that are jamming in together to get investors really worried. What's going to save at the end of the fucking week is going to be the announcements that they came to agreement and blah, 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 blah. Tuesday, White House schedule. President Trump addresses the assembled top officer of the armed service at take the whole steady after tech. All right, cool. But that's what the market's waiting for. That's what the market's waiting for. If I go down, my indicator's going to tell me that this is your entry. And there's gonna be a red thing here and a green thing here. See, right now it's a 3-hour candle. We're coming to the 2-hour candle. See, it's right there. And then we're coming to the 1-hour candle. That's down here. So what you're gonna see is we're coming to the 11:45 and your 12:30. What you're gonna see is since we get data at 7 in the morning and the market is pretty much. If you notice how we opened and how we reacted, we're happy. If we were scared, we would have kept on dropping this whole time. The fact that we've been holding since 8 in the morning here, that's telling you that. And then how to react right now. What you're gonna see is, I put my bullshit back on again. Look how we're just waiting inside of this 3 candle weekly box. So what's gonna happen is by 11:45, 2:30, you should see it shooting up here above this 2-hour candle 50 Fibonacci, which is right there. You should see it pushing up. You're gonna see closing here around here at your 12-hour candle at 2 in the morning. From 2 in the morning, bullshit, try to pass this shit again or whatnot, fail, whatever, wait. If the data's good, it's gonna shoot up and whatnot. But if we get scared of having bad news, don't be surprised if it goes back down. Otherwise, if we keep this price by 11:45, 12:30, and we start dropping, the market most likely gonna be testing this weekly support. Resist support right here, testing it. And again, as we get to 7 in the morning, we're gonna bounce up again, depending how it is. We're gonna go on down, chill here, get scared from not having the agreement, and blah 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 blah. And then depending on Thursday, Wednesday, how we most likely gonna try and resist that shit and be around here. If we drop Wednesday and Thursday, again, I wouldn't be surprised if by Friday we get some good news of we're gonna work on this agreement and the market's gonna pick up again. It's gonna be by the dip type of bullshit. Why? Because the government isn't gonna shut down. It's especially Trump. You think Trump's gonna be there? Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on. Democrats. No, they're gonna fucking come to agreement. They're gonna make you fucking sell your crypto and your stocks and worry that the government and they're gonna come to an agreement the world, and then they're gonna fucking tell you Sunday or Monday, hey, we came into agreement, you guys. But that's it so much, because you also XRP, talking about on XRP and crypto. XRP, they're gonna come to, and I heard XRP is having big news coming up. What's it at? About its ETF. Feeling higher system. Anyways. The market, crypto's reacting the same way. If S&P 500 goes up, crypto goes up. And let me show you with ChatGPT real quick. I think I asked it earlier. There you go. I'm going to simplify right here. So the S&P drive Bitcoin. Not mechanically, but macro that moves S&P often moves Bitcoin the same way. Expect the relation to be positive. Easily liquidity growth, optimistic. Stocks look up, Bitcoin goes up more. Bitcoin up more. Ties during shocks, everything correlates and stressed. But yeah, you guys, if you follow the crypto market and the S&P 500, especially the last 4 years, they correlate together fucking so much, synchronized. That's where you see the Bitcoin that he do this crazy fucking shit. Because why? Because the S&P is gonna blow up, or not blow up crazy, but it's gonna have that fucking happy shit, and you're gonna see Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these coins gonna be happy as fuck. That's where you see this shit. Look how much flat it was here. Ethereum, Same shit. It's a trend line, most likely right here. And see, it's gonna be, this is it. This is 12-hour candle. This is your support zone right here. You can obviously tell the resistance and break through it, rest on top of it, rest on top of it. So we're coming to the point. If we get the good news at the end of this weekend, you're gonna see Ethereum hold its position and shooting up by Sunday. Especially on Sunday, we get that good news. You're gonna see Ethereum finally break through that. That's how I see this happening. Also, the fact that it's again the end of a 3 monthly candle, the government shutdown bullshit, along with earnings coming up in 2 weeks. So all this, I believe, is gonna rally the market. It's gonna save the market. But from here on, from here on earnings, we can have some bad news and this is that. But I believe once we get to earnings, we get safe, just like we always fucking do. But that's it, you guys. I'm not trying to make this shit too long, but pretty much, yeah, that's everything else I'm gonna talk about. Why is this so hard? My bad. Why is this so hard to understand? Oh, it's because so I have a crafting my own shit. I plan on making the videos so you guys understand what these lines and boxes mean. Pretty much every candle has its own line. For example, a monthly is purple, so I'll mark where the monthly closes. The weekly is a light blue or whatnot. Along with the Fibonacci's, so since I have all these lines and boxes, what really matters to me is a 50 Fibonacci, especially from the monthly, weekly, daily, 12-hour candle 8 and 4. Those are really important 50 Fibonacci's. So since I have all this crap, especially this indicator that I bought a long time ago, that I am able to understand, I mark where the 50 Fibonacci's are at. That's where you see a blue is a weekly, so that's why you see, hey, the 50 Fibonacci for the weekly is down here. Orange is for daily, green is for 2-hour candle, red is for 4-hour candle, dark blue is for 8-hour candle, and so on. So depending where the candles are at, what time the data is coming out the next day, in one, I also like to dissect or how you say dissect, or yeah, cut my market into certain sections. That way, along with the trend lines, along with everything, I put everything together, and I can understand how the market's gonna react throughout the nighttime or whatnot. Especially when it comes with the S&P 500. Why? Because the S&P 500, you have your data, you have everything scheduled, you know what's gonna come out, whether it be crypto. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, there's always fucking data news coming out every single day. Good news about how many banks, how many companies are buying Bitcoin. There's only like 6% Bitcoin left. They're buying Ethereum like crazy. And you'll see the market blowing up like crazy. Why? Because it's connected to the S&P 500. So that's where you pay attention to the S&P 500. Wherever this goes, crypto goes or whatnot. And that's where you're seeing this excitement for crypto, whatnot. It's not because, oh, whales bought 200 million so and so, and that's why the market went up. No, it's fucking going up because of the S&P 500. So yeah, you guys are trying to make a video under breaking down each section because I know it's too much. I said hi, the best YouTuber ever. What's up, bro? I said hi. So yeah, hope that helped. If you still